Welcome to the RF Properties Podcast, where we talk land, legacy, and the lifestyle that comes with it.
We're your hosts. I'm Bruce Falk.
And I'm Justin Roberts. We're land real estate experts, lifelong hunters, and passionate land stewards who live and breathe the outdoors.
This show is your weekly resource for buying and selling land, improving habitat, and managing property like a pro.
Whether you're dialing in food plots, planning your next land purchase, or simply learning to manage what you already own, you're in the right place.
This is the RF Properties Podcast. All right, welcome on in to episode 1 of the revamped, new and improved RF Properties Podcast. So we took a little hiatus. We had a couple of things happen in our lives.
It wasn't little.
Yeah.
It's been about a year.
About a year. We had a couple of baby boys get born. Justin, you want to tell them about yours?
Yep. Got John Wilder. He is 10 months old now. He is a huge baby. He's a lot of fun, but it has definitely changed the pace. But couldn't be any happier. It's truly been a blessing for me and Hannah. Bruce added another young one in.
Yep. So we had our second son. He was born on December 28th on his grandfather's birthday. So right after Christmas baby, and he's doing well. Everybody's doing well. It's been an adjustment for 2 boys versus 1. So oldest is 2.5 now, and then Evan's 6 months. So
yeah, so you're getting the best of both worlds right now.
Oh yeah, it's been chaotic for sure.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. I'm still learning how to deal with one, but it's been a lot of fun. I wouldn't change anything.
Yep, definitely a learning process.
Yeah, background's a little bit different. We actually relocated to Elba, Alabama from Sampson here recently. That was another part of one of the big changes, and we'll get more into that here as we get deeper into the podcast. But if you're watching this on the video version, this is being played on multiple platforms. If you're on YouTube or one of the short form content, the background's going to change a lot. We wanted to throw this up today and get things rolling, but we got some really, really cool stuff going to happen on this podcast.
Still a work in progress, but we wanted to get something out there and just kind of do a reintroduction of who we are and what we're about. So a little bit about me and my background. So I grew up on a quail plantation, a quail preserve, really. Didn't know any different really growing up. Kind of took it for granted. And then as I grew up and went off to college and came back, and first job out of college, started working in investments. So I was a investment broker for a Fortune 500 company. Did that for a couple of years. Wanted to get back closer to home and started working in farm credit. Did the finance thing for about 5 years. Moved on from there, was a VP at a small community bank, and did that for a couple of years. Really just wanted to get more back into the land side of things. I felt like something was missing in my life. I felt like I could add value to people better than what I was doing in the finance world. So when the opportunity presented itself, jumped right into this, and it's been a blessing. It's just the way we work with our clients and add value to their lives is a blessing, not only for us, but for our clients as well. So
yeah, I really resonate with that you felt like something was missing in your life, because that's the same exact way I felt, even though we got pretty different backgrounds on how we came up. I didn't grow up on any family land or anything like that. I would have loved to, but I did have family that hunted. My stepmom's a game warden in Georgia, so she played a big role in that. My granddad, he didn't necessarily hunt, but he always had the hunting channel on every time I was over, and got me into guns, the whole outdoor scene and all that. So both of them played a big role for it, and it really lit a fire under me. And we had some family land in Lafayette, Alabama that I got the opportunity to grow up hunting with friends and family. Really thankful for some really great people in my life. But with that being said, I didn't go the college route. I actually, through hunting, got extremely fired up about it, probably more than most. So at the age of 12, I bought my first video camera, started filming hunts, doing the whole YouTube scene, traveling around the country. One thing led to another. I started filming for outfitters and contracted on some shows here and there, and then really focused on doing my own thing. And that business turned into me filming weddings for other people, TV commercials, just trying to make some money, honestly, to go on these hunting trips and stuff. So after high school, decided not to go to the college route because I already had this business going, and really shifted gears towards strictly a wedding videographer and photographer. Hannah, my wife, she joined me at the time doing that. And then later down the road, we transitioned into the social media side, the full marketing package really, and started adding some business stuff on. We actually got partnered up with a builder and enterprise, and I started doing a lot of their social media content, and that transitioned into them recruiting us to get our license. And as we got worked into it, I just realized that something was missing. You know, I really love the land side. Land management's extremely like my extreme passion, probably more so than hunting. I'm obsessed with it. It's about all I think about, just being a true land steward. So once I figured out that you could sell land and actually work on that side of things, it was a no-brainer to me. So found a company that I aligned well with, started working with them, got some experience, and now we're here. You know, bringing all that. That's a 50,000 foot view of the background. Sure. You know, I don't want to bore y'all with that too much, but digital media is where my strong suit is, and I really want to leverage that into what we are doing. Real estate in general in our area is pretty behind times on certain stuff, especially in the land industry and the digital media space. So we're trying to bring some of that new stuff to the market and really utilize for our clients. But the big thing is, and Bruce and I both agree on this, is every property tells a story, and it's a different story. And I really want to use the media side to tell that story, and not just sell a tract of land, but attract the right land steward to take over the legacy of that property.
Yeah, absolutely. Every piece of land has a history, and every piece of land has a future. And we want to make sure that the right light's being shined on the history of the land. And then we also want to make sure that the next steward of that land has the tools they need to continue the legacy.
Absolutely. And that's what's most important. And at the end of the day, something we've been talking about here a lot lately is, you know, yes, we sell land. That is how we make a living. But we want to be a resource to the community. We want to be a resource to landowners, really push the needle in a different direction. At the end of the day, we got to pay our bills. And I love helping people sell land on both sides of that, whether you're buying or selling. But, you know, that's not where our passion lies. The management side and different stuff of just educating people and helping them is really the direction we're trying to go.
I want to go back to something you said that caught my attention. Was you said something about once you figured out that land sales. I tell people all the time, if I'd have known when I was in college that selling land was a thing, I'd have been in it right away.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
I had no idea that selling land was even possible. Like, I knew real estate agents sold houses.
Yeah.
And I had considered doing that at one point, but I had no idea land sales and land brokerage was a thing. So,
yeah. I agree with you 100%. If, like, back in high school, if I would have known this was a route, this is where I would have started.
Been a no-brainer.
Yeah. But we wouldn't be where we are if God didn't lead us down the path we went and gained the experience. But now I'm in the same boat. I was working in real estate, doing videos, working for that builder, and it was a good year or two before I was actually in real estate, in the industry, that I knew that there was land-specific agents.
Yep. I was financing land before I knew that there was land agents. So
yeah.
There you go. Everything happens for a reason, I guess.
That's it.
Yeah. But so how did we get together? So when I was working at Alabama Ag Credit, you were with a different brokerage at the time, and you were doing some land deals, and you were sending some of those my way, and we got to form a relationship. And I hope I did a good job. I think I did.
Yeah, one of the best.
But so we kind of stayed in touch as I went through my kind of career changes, and just became friends, and at the end of the day, partners.
Yeah. And I think a lot of that had to do with just us aligning on so many things. You know, we had the opportunity early on. You invited us out to your property to hunt, and, you know, seeing your property, for the people that are listening and can't see, it's one of the finest managed tracts of land in Southeast Alabama.
I appreciate that.
Without a doubt. And I just knew from that point that you and your family, you took it serious, and these were the type of people that I wanted to be around. And the more I got to know you and enjoyed being around you, the more we aligned on. And it just made sense as you know, both of us went down our career paths and we started throwing this idea around. It was a no-brainer. We just align on too many different things and have the same goals and mission behind this. So.
Yeah. Justin's a very talented individual. I don't see myself as such a talented individual, but I try to stay kind of humble. But you're very passionate about what you do, and I like that about you. And you're good at things that I'm not good at, and I think vice versa to a degree. So when you pitched the opportunity to me to start our own thing, I said, if I'm going to do it, this is the guy I want to do it with, because you had that background and that I didn't have. I'm a klutz when it comes to technology sometimes, but you help me. You help strengthen my weaknesses and vice versa. So
yeah, vice versa. Iron sharpens iron.
That's right.
And I feel the same about you. There's things that you do extremely well that I wish that I was good at, but that's why this partnership works as well as it does, and it's going to continue to. I mean, we're only 2 years into this, but we're making a lot of headway and getting a lot of recognition already, and partly it has to do with our relationship and how we work together. And Bruce is very humble. Like he said, he doesn't give himself enough credit sometimes. He is extremely good at what he does, especially from the client management standpoint. You really can't find somebody better to work with and work for, whether you're buyer, seller, or even from my perspective. I really enjoyed it.
Well, thank you very much. We that's one thing I take pride in, is adding value to clients. Coming from the investment finance background, that was something that was preached to me at a very early stage in my career, was adding value. So I've carried that on throughout my career, and I've tried to do that everywhere I can. And when I can add value, when the clients look across at me at the closing table and say, hey, you really made this easy, or you really saved me a lot of money, or whatever it is, that makes it worth it.
Yeah, 100%. And that ties into our next topic, our mission. I mean, that's really where we're going on that. You want to keep adding on to that? Yeah.
So basically, we have a 3-pronged approach to our mission: is elite marketing, it's high quality service, and it's adding value. Mm-hmm. And the marketing thing, that's more Justin's expertise. So when we market a property, we do it all out.
Yeah.
We don't just take a couple pictures, throw it up on the internet. We do the best job that we possibly can for our clients.
Yeah, a lot of times when you're working with a franchise, and not to call all of them out, because there's definitely people that do things differently once you work under a franchise, but I would say 95% of it is very generic marketing. Every property gets thrown into the same box, the same marketing, the same preset Canva templates or whatever, marketing material, print material, how they do it on social media. And see, that's not the approach that we have. Every single property has a different story and a different way that it needs to be marketed to reach that specific person. And I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this without getting too far into the weeds, because I can really talk about this. But whenever we look at a property, we come up with a marketing strategy for each and every property. It's no different than if you were a company coming to me trying to grow your business, and how we can do that. And when I list a property, typically it's 6 months to a year. Obviously, you want to sell it as quick as possible, but that's a lot different than marketing a business or such, because I have a much shorter time frame that I'm usually working with to try and figure this out. So utilizing social media is extremely big now. Everybody that's probably listening or watching to this is scrolling on TikTok, Instagram, all that. Those are very important places to be. We still use traditional marketing, but I'm trying not to get too in the weeds on this and give up too much of the sauce. But just know that when it comes to marketing, I guarantee you that there is nobody that will work harder than us. Not just when it comes to marketing, the whole transaction, nobody will work harder than us. But I guarantee you on the marketing side, nobody is doing what we were doing to the level we were doing and working harder. I have the knowledge there. I have a proven track record, just like Bruce does. We can sit down and show you the results.
Yep. We can. And that's the thing, is we want results. And when you have a tailored strategy, a tailored plan to get to that point, whatever a client's goal is, that's what makes the difference. So
absolutely.
We'll move on there to adding value, and that goes back to it.
So I would say adding value in our vision moving forward. We can talk a little bit about that, and we've already really hit on it. I just really want to preface it again. I don't want this to be too long and too boring. Most of y'all honestly probably don't care about our backgrounds, and I understand that. We got to get something out. I do appreciate every single one of y'all that are listening or watching this podcast right now. It truly means the world to both Bruce and I. But the real interesting topics we'll get into in the next podcast coming. We have some, incredible stuff that you've never seen, honestly, from a land brokerage or even on some other platforms in this space. But adding value in our vision moving forward, it's a lot like we talked about truly providing value to the landowners, land managers, future content and stuff like that. We want to be an education source to our clients while also providing world-class service. So still trying to tie all that in.
Yeah.
And I've said it, I sound so redundant saying this, is yes, we sell land. That is how we make money. But at the end of the day, I don't look at the paycheck. That does not matter to me. It's a lot about like these legacy properties that we were selling. It's about the legacy that we were leaving here. And to do that, in my opinion, Bruce and I are both partners in Turkeys for Tomorrow, in different conservation organizations. It's because that's truly what we're passionate about. It's about something that is bigger than us, and us educating and helping these landowners, land buyers. Even if you're just somebody leasing some land, managing your own property, this is important for future generations, and not only future generations, but wildlife populations. Just as good as I do, there's turkey decline, quail decline. We have a lot of habitat issues going on now, and even a whole nother topic we'll get into that I'm extremely passionate about is subdividing land and how that's affecting stuff. So, really, to sum that up, our vision moving forward is to be a resource to the community and truly provide value and not just be transactional, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And it's not just something that we may know, it's something that we may know somebody that knows.
Yeah.
And so we can put you in touch with the right person to answer your question or provide whatever service that you need. So at the end of the day, that adds value.
Absolutely. But we are working on making this a one-stop shop.
Yes.
So, we have those contacts that we're referring out, but that is part of this. Like when you work with us, I don't want to have to send you down a rabbit hole or on a wild goose chase trying to figure out if these people are actually going to work. We are implementing where we have the best of the best here in-house for every aspect of what we do. Yep.
And if we give a recommendation, just know that those folks have been vetted by us many times.
100%.
And we will not, the biggest thing right now with society as a whole is just communication, answering the phone, calling somebody back.
God.
That's a huge sore eye on especially young people now.
You want to get me fired up? Turn me red in the face? Bruce knows.
Yeah,
God.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, it is not good. I don't understand how people must not want to make any money or help people out, honestly, because just not returning phone calls.
It's a head scratcher sometimes. But anyway, not to get too into weeds on that. Going forward, we're going to have a lot better podcasts, a lot more guests on, a lot more informative topics, interesting topics.
Yes.
So stay tuned. Stay tuned.
And some of those are going to get in the weeds. They're going to be long. They're going to be good, but that's part of this process. We're going to start pumping out content. It's going to be exciting. So to all of y'all watching, I really appreciate it. Follow us on all social media. If you name a social media platform that you're on, we are on it. LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, every podcast platform. Wherever you digest content, we're there. If we're not there, hit me up personally, and we'll try and work on it.
Absolutely.
But if you're looking to buy or sell land in the state of Alabama, or you even need a land management tip or just a recommendation, feel free to reach out to us anytime. The best way to get a hold of us is to go to our website, rfpropertiesforsale.com. You can find my personal contact, Bruce's personal contact, or the company contact. Any way you want to reach out to us, whether it's an email, DM, text message, phone call, we'd be happy to help you. We greatly appreciate y'all listening and watching this podcast. We're going to wrap this one up for the day. But
stay tuned. Give us a like and a follow. Give us a review. Let us know how we're doing. And we'll see y'all on future episodes.
God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.
Take care.